I'm curious, what's your take on all of those neural nets? In some sense, they're actually their own thing now. They have their own features that don't correlate with how brain does things. So it's becoming its own form of neural dynamism and structure. Why do you think differing architectures are winning in differing application tasks? To name a few, diffusion, aka noise removal, architectures for audio synthesis, transformers for text or lingual synthesis, and graphic neural networks for chemical modeling.
Yeah, it's a good question. It comes down to it's a few different cases. It's what the community has found that has worked best for those different problem areas. It also comes down to a lot of what models could withstand the most amount of data and still kind of like store and encode that data in terms of the weights inside the models too. So we found that, for example, diffusion models work pretty well because they are pretty stable over large amounts of data, while other models, like for example GANs was a competitor to it in the early days, didn't work as well because they were very hard and finicky to train. So sometimes it's ease of train too. GNNs are interesting because there's actually an open kind of discussion in the community around chemical modeling that some people are moving to transformer-based models, so similar to LLMs that you would see in text. And other people are sticking with GNNs. What I've found personally is GNNs I think also tend to work better with less data than some of these other models. So a lot of times in chemistry, especially smell and fragrances, you're very limited about the number of data. If you talk about monomolecular, you're talking about like a few thousand. So if you model just those, that's still a small data set in terms of machine learning. So researchers also found that graph neural networks tend to learn pretty well on the small data, while a transformer, and especially a diffusion model, needs a lot more data.